welcome to my channel. I'm Kayla. I'm super excited to share with you all this DIY Playhouse hack makeover. This is a project that I have been dying to get my hands on, and I'm finally able to put this all together. My husband and I purchased this playhouse for our daughter last November. We got it on sale. We got a really good deal with it. And I saw a lot of people on Pinterest, Instagram, posting pictures of these super cute, adorable wooden playhouses that they upcycled and did a makeover and made them look super cute and adorable. And I wanted to do the same thing for our daughter because she enjoyed the little playhouse that I made for her a few years ago out of a cardboard box that we had from one of the furnitures that we purchased. She really enjoyed it. It was something I enjoyed growing up during my childhood years, and I wanted to bring that same joy to my daughter. But of course, we all know that cardboard boxes don't last long, so my husband opted out for something that's more durable, that lasts longer, like a wooden house. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoy, and let's jump on right into it.
So this is the box that the house came in. I cannot believe that all these little pieces fit inside that box. I wanted to paint the window sills a different color than the house, so for easy application I went ahead and removed them. I did not have a staple remover, so I used a paint can opener to loosen up the staples on the house by wiggling it a few times until the flap was removed. The bigger panels of the house, I went ahead and used my paint gun for painting the house. I did not put the whole entire house together before I started painting, since I was going to be placing the playhouse inside our home. And all the smaller individual pieces, I went ahead and painted those by hand. I thought I was able to get a faster application using a roller instead of the paint gun. Overall, it took me about 2 to 3 coats for the entire house to be painted. I use this gorgeous teal color to the front door of the playhouse. I'm obsessed with this color. It's so beautiful. I wanted to add a nice pop of color to the playhouse since I was painting the rest of the house black and white. I used a little bristle brush to make sure I got into all the nooks and crannies of the door. For the rooftop, I used this gorgeous black cabinet paint that I had on hand and painted all the roof panels with it. It only needed 1 coat. This paint covered so well. If you're interested in knowing all the paint colors that I used, I'll be linking them in the description box below. I wanted the window frames and the planter boxes to pop, so I spray painted them black to match the roof. I thought this was a very nice way to incorporate black through the rest of the playhouse. All the accessories that came with the playhouse are all made of plastic, so make sure when you do spray paint it that you use a spray paint that adheres to plastic. Next, I spray painted the playhouse sink with some white spray paint to add some elegance. I also spray painted the faucet as well as the phone accessory with this beautiful copper spray paint. It just brought those cute little accessories to the next level. I incorporated the copper spray paint on the stovetop knobs as well. Once I finished painting everything, I went ahead and reinstalled all the window frames back onto the house by using a staple gun. This exact staple gun I purchased from Walmart and it was only $7. I know, crazy cheap, right? This was actually the first time that I've ever used a staple gun in my life, so it took me a little bit to get going, but once I started going, I realized you have to make sure that your hand is level anytime you want to staple down onto any surface that you want to use. To give the playhouse a realistic look, I added these super cute hinges to the front door. I also spray painted these hinges with that copper spray paint. I am marking off all the holes where I will be drilling a pilot hole in. I got the bottom hinge, and before I marked off those holes, I made sure that the top hinge and the bottom hinge were even before I started marking off where I would drill the pilot holes. Once I marked everything off, I went ahead and drilled each of the pilot holes for the hinges. After I drilled the pilot holes, I went ahead and started drilling in the hinges to the door. I only drilled the outside of the hinge first before I drilled the hinge itself onto the door. I repeated the same process and attached the hinge directly to the door. Once I attached the hinges, I made sure that the door was working properly by opening and closing it a few times. I wanted to add a little table to one of the windows on the side of the playhouse. I got a 2x4 and cut it down to the size that I like. This exact board is about 2 feet wide. It came out a little bit wider than the window itself, but that's the way I wanted it to. And I am routing out all the corners and edges to make sure everything's nice and smooth and child-proof, and sanding it down so when I paint it I have a nice smooth surface to paint on. You could also use a sand block. I'm using a hand sander here. I was able to sand this down a lot faster than using a sand block. After I sanded and painted the tabletop, I got a pencil to mark down exactly where the table would be laying on the top, and I also marked it on the bottom as well. Sorry, my big old head is taking up the entire camera frame. I got the L brackets and made sure it was lined up with the last markings that I made for the table, and I marked down where the screws were going to go. and I drilled the pilot holes for the screws. I went ahead and repeated the same process on the other L bracket, but before attaching the brackets, I made sure that the table was even. I was not able to get that on camera, but once everything was leveled out, I went ahead and attached the table to the L bracket. I put together these super cute floral arrangements for my daughter's playhouse using a few items I got from the Dollar Tree. I clipped off the top portion of the flowers using some wire cutters. It's about 2 to 3 inches to the top. Once all the flowers were cut up, I added some floral foam to the pot and added some hot glue to the bottom of the stem and placed that into the floral foam. And I repeated the same exact process with every single flower until the whole pot was filled up with flowers. I also fluffed up each flower as I went. And this was a finished product.
For my daughter out of a cardboard box that we got from one of the furnitures that we purchased. From one of the furnitures that we purchased. I was like, wham! I don't know what to put. I'm just drawing in circles. Yeah. So let's get on to it. So we can see what's gonna happen.
I want to give a special thanks to my sister-in-law, Nubia, for helping me out with this project. Thank you, girl. Well, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Okay, bye.